Hello, the game has started. It's me to go first. I've got quite bingo-y tiles apart from the J, so I can sort this out by playing Agi or J. I can't see a play which gets the J doubled. So Agi or J. Agi takes an S, which I've got. It also takes an H front hook. So I think that's the best positioning. Fantastic, that looks very close to a bingo. So do I have one? Well, these really are very bingo-y tiles. I'm not immediately seeing a 7. I have air sides, diarizes through the I. Great, opponent changes, so I certainly am bingoing, but a 7-letter bingo would be much better than a play through the I because it would get doubled. So, is there really no 7-letter bingo here? Absolutely no candidates have sprung to mind. Let me consider each starting letter in turn. So I can't see a bingo beginning with A. How about the E? No. The E, no. The I. How about the R? And the S? Well, I simply am not seeing one. How about a play beginning or ending with A? Not seeing one. Okay, so I have diarizes or air sides, and I'm just thinking about the best position. Air sides for 63. Wow, what a pickup. I draw a blank and a balanced rack. B and U reduce my bingo prospects, but I certainly am optimistic that there should be one here. And look at the board, it's wide open. Do I have anything with the blank as an H? Not that I can see. I have decubiti on my rack through an I, and well, it would be through a D. This isn't in the right spot. So I have decubiti onto this I. It's not a double-double. So Rocade actually looks quite promising because I've got the IC ending. Let me just put the C down here. Does the rest of the rack lend itself to a bingo ending IC? Not that I can see. Is there any point in looking for anything better than decubiti? Ah, well, it is a double-double. There are 2 I's in this bingo. So, 94. Wow, I draw Tarmic and Crampit, both of which play in column 11, and also both of which take an S. So I am going to be bingoing for the third move in a row. What a game. And decubiti does not take any hooks. And nor does Nth. Wow, great bingo by opponent. So, does Rovings take a front hook? Well, I'm thinking it takes a P, in which case I have Crampit across here. Yes, I do. Wow, 106. That's not bad. Just looking to check that everything is recording properly, and I think it is. This isn't a particularly common occurrence, bingoing this many times. And this rack is not too far off another bingo. I'm not seeing a 7, but quite a few floaters to consider, in particular the E and the S. Not seeing anything with the E, but I haven't abandoned that. How about the S? No. Great, more floaters. In particular the I looks like it may assist. Just not seeing anything. That's a shame. This is very close to a bingo. And if I don't have a bingo, I'm going to struggle to score because I have no scoring tiles. So I have the let ending and the ENT ending. No, just not seeing anything. Any other floaters I should be explicitly considering? I don't think so. So, 15 minutes on my clock. How best to sort this rack out? Certainly playing off a T. And I don't think this rack is so bingo-y that I need to leave bingo lanes available. So I am thinking of playing down from the U. So I could play unlet, keeping dot. Quite a lot of E's to come. Only 18 points. Is there anything else better on offer? My O can go after add. So what does lot look like? 14 points, that's so low. I've got the ED ending. Gosh, close to entitled. I don't think there's a bingo here. Where are the scoring tiles on the board that I could score through? Well, I could play Tor for 16 points. This rack leave isn't great. I'd rather play off one more consonant because if any of these duplicate, I'm likely to have a similar problematic rack. Just wondering about Lutton. Not sure about that. What about Lunted? Not sure about that either. Untold doesn't fit. Wow, what a tricky position to be in. But a nice tricky position given my lead of 140. Just not seeing anything down from this U. And I'm really looking to hang on to the E and burn the O. I'm going to play Tor for 16. There are floating vowels in the O of provings and the I of Pylor and the E of airsides, so I should be able to play my way through any pickup. Well, I draw vowels. Do I have a bingo? These are all low scoring tiles. How about through the I? Not seeing anything. So I've got the ED ending. That's the main suffix which stands out. And I've got telly as a prefix. But overall, this isn't looking great. 12 minutes on my clock. And the S looks the most useful floater, but I'm not seeing anything through that. How about the I? No. Great, just 21 points for opponent. So maybe now is the time to play Unlet, keeping DWEEB. That's not a good keep. Can I do better than that? I no longer have an O for ado. I do have an N for chin. So I could play Den. That will attract opponent to playing in column 1, which will create new floaters and leave the E and S alone. Scoring 20 points, which is okay on with a low tile value rack. So that's a candidate play. Do I have anything better? And I haven't quite given up on there being a bingo here. How about the E? A 4E word? Not seeing anything. And what about playing across from the D? So I've got Den in this spot. So I could play Dean for 16. And I've got a T for making D-net, and there's only one T to come. Yeah, I'm going with this. Well, I'm drawing lots of vowels at the moment. And no scoring tiles. Maybe opponent's getting all of those. Just wondering if I have a bingo through the V. Devolute, evoluted. If either of those is good, they won't fit. I've got the out prefix. Outdelve, not good. Wow, crazy start to this game, but suddenly hitting some pretty heavy weather in terms of struggling to score. One blank to come. Nice score for opponents. Can I do anything with that, utilising the T hook for D-net? No, I don't think I can. Do I have anything down from the U? I don't think so. I can't see anything through the S, although it would be quite high probability, so annoying to miss. And then there's the floaters improvings, the O and the V, neither of which are particularly good. Still one S and one blank to come. 10 minutes on my clock. And I'd like to get rid of the U. It's not a bingo-y tile. There are 2 more U's in the pack. And I'm looking at hooking AD. So I could play loud, keeping 2 E's. That doesn't feel rough, doesn't feel good. 9 minutes on my clock, 38 tiles to come. I am slowing down far too much. What about just playing Udo? Oh dear, 10 points. Seriously? Must be something better than that. Absolutely must be. I don't have any hooks for yin. It takes an A and a P in front and a T. I'm playing outed. The O is covering this double letter square, and this is turning over tiles, and it's 17 points, which is a lot more than the 10 for my previous effort. Great, finally a scoring tile. I would have welcomes through a C. Floaters on the board shrinking somewhat. O and V approvings, and the I approvings. Well, actually there's the N as well, so still quite a few floaters on the board. I've got 2 scoring tiles in the M and the W. So at the moment I could play Mo or Mew underneath outed. Great, that stays available. Floating O doesn't assist, only 13 points for opponent, which is fantastic. So I have Mew for 29. Only 6 more points for playing the S, so that's not worth it. I note that I have Meow on my rack, which would leave a better rack leave. I don't think the O helps this rack leave, and there are still 3 O's to come. 8 minutes on my clock. And I could play Mule beside Oh Dear. £37 points. I think that's worth doing. Rack leave is worse, but it's 8 points better. I'm going with this. Well, slightly vowel heavy, but I kept a vowel heavy rack leave. Fortunately, I have got a scoring tile in the F. My lead, 150 points, is good, but there are 25 tiles to come. So, opponent could get 2 bingos, or more importantly, could catch me. So I could do with turning over tiles on these non-bingo-y racks to expedite the end of the game, to reduce the chances of opponent having back-to-back bingos. But in particular, on this play, I'm looking to play off an F and an I. And, well, also, I'd like to play off another vowel. But there are only 2 E's to come, so the E I have on my rack I'd quite like to preserve. I have Tifosi on my rack, which turns over a lot of tiles, but doesn't play anywhere. It nearly plays under outed, but fails in the 4th position. Now, 22 points for opponent. He plays off another E. Where can I play F and I? Opponent has blocked my spot for 5. Emo is good, but I can't see a way of playing an I in that spot. Six minutes on my clock, 22 tiles to come. So, what about playing Phil? It's 20 points, which is good. Let me check the remaining vowel situation. 11 out of 28, so it's slightly vowel dry. And this is quite a good 5-letter set, even if it is vowel heavy. I'm going with Phil. I have 40s, and, well, foister, that's its anagram. So I have foisters in row N. Nowhere else for it. C only takes an H after it. Bood takes nothing after it. And this S has remained available all game. Will it stay available for this one more turn, which is what I need? And if it isn't, what should I play? Crampit takes an S, but that's been blocked by Bood. Mule and oh dear take nothing in front, so the whole top left of the board is pretty much dead. And the top right isn't looking great either, so this S spot could go. My lead still 150 points and just 19 tiles in the bag. I'm looking for alternative spots to play. My F can go underneath this E, but I'm not seeing anything good in that spot. Are there any other bingo lanes I've overlooked? Well, possibly the X, but I don't have a bingo through that. F and X don't go well together. F does go in front of ED, so I could play F, Emo and Fed, which would keep a pretty good rack, IORST, especially with only one I and two O's to come. And now, this S on my rack is the last S in the bag. Still one blank to come. If opponent plays down from this O, then foisters will remain available. Do I have anything better than F in column 4? 27 points for that. Well, I could extend it by ref or tref for a slightly bigger score. And that might be worth doing. They're bingo-y tiles, but if this S is blocked, suddenly the board is not bingo-y, and it's not. Fantastic. So, this is the spot to play it. Right. Foisters for 72. Wow. Do I want to do that? Well, if I played it in the other spot, I'd be placing an E there. So I am going with this. Wow, and I pick up leaning. Nowhere for that, but amazing picking this game. 9 tiles in the bag. And leaning does have a number of anagrams, but I don't think any of them fit underneath foisters in row O, should that remain available. And I'm not expecting it to. And I don't think there are any other bingo lanes on this board. I lead now just under 200 points. 4 minutes on my clock, 9 tiles in the bag. Including, well, amongst the unseen, just 5 vowels. Wow, and last turn, opponent played off just 3 vowels. And he's now played off another one, so not many vowels left. And look at this O spot remains available. What's the best I can do in that spot? 6 tiles in the bag, including the blank. So I can play Glean, which is exactly what I want to do. Play off 5 tiles, leave 1 in the bag, keep 1 vowel, 1 consonant, 35 points. Wow, I draw Larking. So crazy game in terms of drawing bingos. 1 tile in the bag. Opponent struggling with a Grimish rack, I think. Provided he's got the V. Well, he does now. He's also got an H for going underneath the C. So can he go out in 1? And if he can't, can I go out in 2? So I don't think he can go out in 1. Just looking at this e of x. So I need to plan an out in 2, 3 minutes on my clock. My k can go here. So let me see what this looks like. Icon for 31 is a good score, and then I would have glared onto ED and large onto E. So I certainly can go out. Can I do... Wow, icon is not good. I was thinking of icon. That's annoying. Yeah, I thought of ken and then extended it. So let me put ken in. Can I go out with glare? Or argil? Don't think so, so I need to find something better. 2 minutes on my clock. I'm sure there will be an out in 2. I don't have anything which goes in front of MO, which is a shame. I can't set up anything for myself because opponent has got the blank. I can't play in the bottom right because only an E goes underneath the R. What about a play down from the C? Not seeing anything. 2 minutes on my clock. My K can also go in front of ON. My R can go between E and R. But the best I can do there is rag. But then I would have linked, which would give me a possibility of going out. And I would also have inkle onto the E. So this idea works. 1 minute on my clock. Opponent may scupper these plans by having spotted an out in 1. In which case, good luck to him. And in fact, look, he's got hover in column 4. So I need to do something about that. So if I did do linked, am I giving my opponent an out? This rat, he's got 10 minutes, so he's got a lot of time to find it. I'm tempted to try this. I'm short on time. I'm not immediately seeing an out for opponent, and he can't get his H or V on this double letter square. I'm going with this. And I know if opponent can't go out, I do have an out. Because I've got rang and rag in different spots of the board. Just waiting for a play through this owl for about 40 points that I've missed. Nine minutes on opponent's clock, 34 seconds on mine. Great, he couldn't go out. 30 seconds on my clock. I've got rag. So I've got rag here for 16 points. Can I score more? I think I can. What about rag here? 17 points. Yep, that will do. And the final score, 378 for my opponent, 527 for me, a winning margin of 149 points, so a huge, huge win. Let's see what I missed. Wow, what a game. So it was me to go first, and I played Agi, which looks fine. Horrible rack for opponent. Changes. And wow, look at this. there were no sevens, and there were just airsides and diarizes. So glad I didn't spend any longer beating myself up trying to find a word which didn't exist. An opponent changed because he had all consonants, and he has again got all consonants. But he's able to play unth this time. And I have DWEEB for 94, and a ton of other bingos which score a lot less. Nice bingo by opponent. Rovings for 90. Big score. And that's great for me because I have Crampit for 106. And I have a 170 point lead, which is great. Opponent with clunky tiles plays Pylor. Well, I was just waiting to see that I'd missed out on the opportunity to extend my bingo run, but I hadn't, and I struggled with this rack. L10 dotted. I don't like that. Opening up column 15. And all of these scores fairly low scoring. What did I do? I played Tor, keeping a better rack leave. So just going back, I kept DELNT with floating vowels on the board. So I like my play. Opponent's got the blank. Plays Chi. Wow, telnetted. Missed bingo. A13 down from the T. Wow, and I think I've seen that fairly recently. That is frustrating. I think it may have cropped up on an opponent's board at the recent Ilford tournament. But anyway, always painful to miss a bingo, even when you've got a big lead. So I played Dean for 16. Opponent plays Yex. Devout D9 through the V. Quite nice, but I don't like stopping one square short of a triple word square lane. So I played Outed for 17, and I think that's fine. Opponent with a lot of vowels plays Oh Dear. And now I have Mule for 37, which I like. Opponent's rack. No missed bingo there. Plays Booed. Foil G4. Ah, foil, flat and Chi. That's nice. 26 points and a great rack leave. Oh, wow. And I play just FI. So close to actually playing foil. And I didn't. Wow. Missed bingo for opponent. N7. Houseman through the S. And an expensive miss because I have foisters through that S. Wow. So now I'm 200 points in the lead. Opponent's rack plays Uzi for 48. And I've got another bingo on my rack, nowhere for it. And I played Glean for 35, leaving one in the bag. And I like that. Opponent's rack plays Unor. And now the bag is empty. I have Larking, and opponent is threatening to go out with Hover. So, yeah, these plays don't take into account that opponent can go out, but I think I blocked it. Does opponent have an out? He does. Havior, B2 through the I, tricky one to spot, and fortunately for me, opponent did not spot it. Played Hovel. And then I13, Rag, that was my outplay. So absolutely cracking stuff, blistering start with 3 back-to-back bingos, and then unfortunately a missed bingo, but Foisters secured the huge margin of spread over my opponent, and I was fairly comfortably able to see out the game. So, all good stuff. I hope you enjoyed watching that game, and I will see you next time.